Coach Wortman coming to you guys with our whiteboard wisdom. And today we are talking, what is athleticism? And these whiteboard talks are off the cuff, off the top of the head, no rehearsal. And what we're looking at is, in a world full of functional training and secret squirrels and speed ladders and all this stuff, we have to find a definition of athleticism before we can truly train it and improve upon it. And our definition of athleticism, Power Athlete's definition of athleticism, as I have my own philosophy and compound on top of that, is the ability to seamlessly and effortlessly combine primal movement patterns through space to accomplish a known or novel task. So what the hell does that mean? Cool, we have a definition, but what do we do from here? And the most important thing is obviously the stuff that's underlined. We've all been through third grade. The ability to seamlessly and effortlessly. We've all seen those athletes that make it look simple, make it look easy, like they're not even trying. Look at Usain Bolt, half the time it looks like he's jogging. These are the athletes that can tie together athleticism without even trying. Then we must combine primal movement patterns through space. All athleticism is, and all sports are, is the combination of primal movement patterns. Primal meaning not easy or not primitive, but foundational, that every human and every athlete can and should do. And so we have a list of all of our primal movements, but the most important thing is moving through space. When we move through space, we're not stuck in a doorway. If we do all of our strength and conditioning, and we can do it in a doorway, such as front squat, pressing, and deadlifting, and that's all you do, you're doing it wrong and you're shortchanging your athletes. What we need to do is move through space, as that is what we're looking on the competition floor. And then to accomplish a known or novel task. In athletics, sometimes we know exactly what we need to do. Other times, we have no idea what we're going to get hit with. So we need to be able to accomplish the known task or adapt to the novel task. So what the hell does that mean, and how can we train it? Here at Next Level Training, the Iron Chapel, we have a great approach at the holistic athlete, okay? Our whole goal is to make better athletes, but better people. The way we make better athletes is this approach here. So right off the bat, we have to have, and there's no order of importance here, we have to have multiplanar movement. Frontal, sagittal, and transverse. The the sagittal plane is trained so often that it gets exhausting. Those are your doorway exercises. We need to make sure we have frontal and transverse plane movements. And then the most important, hands down the most important, is sprinting tech and working on our change of direction, our acceleration, and our top end. So for our athlete groups, when we're looking at our 3-day-a-week or 4-day-a-week athletes, we are hitting all three of these in a week, okay? We're hitting change of direction and acceleration much more often, because in true top end, unless you are a specific track athlete, we're usually not hitting true top end speed. So we don't need to hammer that home. We need to be able to get to this point, but to get to this point, the most important is the first 3 steps. Our first 3 steps, we're going to get upwards of 40% of our max velocity. This is very important. This is important as well, but we need to hammer home the change of direction and the acceleration to get to our top end speed. And then our plyometrics. We have to take a different look and a different approach when it comes to plyometrics. These could be one of the most important modalities for athletes, truly training great rate of force development and allowing the stiff and getting better rigidity within our joints. And then our traditional or functional strength training modalities. I put functional in quotes because you hear functional training or you hear sports-specific training. There's no such thing. And if anybody's trying to sell you sports-specific training, grab your stuff and run the other way. There's no such thing. People that are making those claims are uneducated in the strength world. It's something that is not great for the athletes. And what sports-specific training is practice. That's all that is. So we need to look at multi-plane, sprinting most importantly, plyometrics, and traditional strength training modalities. This is what rounds out the whole athlete, and this is what brings us right back to what is athleticism.